Welcome to the 𝗙𝗂𝗊 𝗢𝗶𝗿 channel. I'm your host, Melissa O'Connor. I'm a Florida-based elder law attorney who does estate planning focused on long-term care needs, commonly referred to as Medicaid planning, and I do probate, and I do them well. Today I wanted to talk to you about a common misconception that I hear from clients and people in the community when we talk about Medicaid planning. And that is, if I qualify or if a loved one of mine qualifies for Medicaid, that the state of Florida could take their home at the time of their death. Many times people think that they understand that Medicaid could have a lien on your assets at the time of death for different benefits and care that it's provided Medicare recipients. And so the fear is that the family home is at risk of being lost to the state of Florida should the Medicaid recipient pass away. And so while it is true that when a Medicaid recipient passes away and a probate is opened to probate their probate assets, that Medicaid could file a claim as a creditor seeking reimbursement from probate assets. Florida also has a provision, what we call the Homestead provision. So presuming that the family home that everybody is concerned about is a homestead home, protected by Homestead, the family residence, creditor, that homestead status provides creditor protection. So people in the state of Florida would not be at risk of losing their home to creditors in a probate proceeding if that property is designated as homestead. And so one of the things that we talk about with our intake process and when we are evaluating whether or not a person should be considering an application for Medicaid is whether or not their fears about losing their home are valid based on Florida's homestead protection. So while the state of Florida could file a claim against one's probate estate as a creditor, like other creditors that also file claims against your estate, whether it be the ambulance service or that may have been used at the end of life, or any other creditor that the Medicaid recipient may owe, the homestead protection that's offered through the Florida Constitution would be able to protect the family home from such claims through the probate process. So I just wanted to make sure that we discussed that, and should you have any questions or concerns about putting one's home at risk through a Medicaid application, I encourage you to reach out to an elder law attorney and seek a consultation and discuss whether or not your particular situation is one where that fear is a legitimate fear that you should be concerned with, or if that's something that you can put to rest and get the Medicaid benefits that you or your loved one may be entitled to or benefit from. I trust that this information has been helpful. If it is, I ask that you like and share with others. As always, thank you for joining me.